Hello and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to show you how to connect to a virtual machine running inside Cockpit, and specifically I'm going to show you how to connect remotely via the SPICE protocol using SSH as a medium. So if you see here, this is the usual browser viewport, okay, of the VNC protocol. So this works fine, but maybe there are some cases in which you don't want to connect via the browser and you want to use directly your favorite client like Remmina. Okay, so I tested this feature using my old laptop and I recorded a video. So here it is. The first thing you have to do is to install auto SSH, which is a standard Debian package. You can find it in the Debian repositories. And this is like a front end for SSH. It will keep your SSH connection open automatically. Then you need to pass these options. So in essence, you're going to connect, in this case, to the port 5950, which is the SPICE port of the virtual machine, while this first port here, 5590, will be the local port on the client through which you connect Remmina with. This will be the listening address, so we are only interested in running it locally. We don't have to make this connection available to other users, okay? So this is running in the laptop. So this is, of course, the remote host running Cockpit, okay? And as it's written here, I'm using the default port 22, okay? So this is nothing really strange going on here. This is pretty standard, okay? So you can also check the different manuals as I did here. Okay, it's written here, auto SSH, monitor and restart SSH sessions. Okay, and then the other options are passed directly to SSH. So for example, the -n option, which I used, it means to avoid executing a remote command, while the L option is for the port, as it's written here, specifies that connections to the given TCP port or Unix socket on the local client host are to be forwarded to the given host and port on or Unix socket on the remote side. So if you see the command again, this is the remote port, this is the local port on the laptop. Yeah, I also used this exactly the same technique many years ago when I used the custom scripts to connect to my virtual machines, and I used VNC, but it's exactly the same way. Okay. So once you run that command, you need to open Remmina. Okay. You see here, this is the server will be your local host. Okay, because of the SSH port forwarding. The port will be 55950. So instead of 5950, I decided to add an extra 5 in front. Okay. So just for recap, it's this port here. Okay. It takes a few seconds to connect, but it works, as you're going to see in a moment. Okay. So this is the virtual machine. It's a little bit laggy. It's not the video, just how it works. Especially if there is lots of redrawing to do. Unfortunately, it's not really snappy. But in case you want something else to use instead of the default web interface, which only supports VNC, this one is an available solution. Okay. Yeah, you see here it's a little bit, but it works. Just remember on the server to allow TCP forwarding and permit tunnel in your etc ssh sshd config file. So this is I think it's the only step you need to do. And of course, how I set this SPICE port, you can see it in one of my older videos, which I explained how to do that. It's just a matter of editing an XML file. You cannot do it in Cockpit yet, so this will assign, of course, a static port instead of a dynamic one. And yeah, I think that's it for this simple video. And if you find it useful, put a thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell icon. And as always, bye-bye.